What is up, YouTube? I am the XIIIth Scorch, and today we are here for a tutorial on Adobe Photoshop CS6. Now, specifically, we're going to be building a layout using Photoshop CS6. If you want to make something else, I'm sure there's a more specific tutorial, but this is going to be like some basic stuff you can just do. First off, we're going to hit File, New, or you can hit Command N if you're on a Mac, Control N if you're on a PC. We're going to just title this, I'm sorry, not thumbnail, layout. And we're going to spell it correctly. You're going to go 1920 by 1080 or 1280 by 720, depending on the resolution of your video. If you know it's only going to be 1280 by 720, you're going to do that, which I do just because it's a much faster render time for me, and it's just not worth it. We're going to click OK, and we have our box here, alright? So next thing you want to do is you want to find your pictures that you're going to be using. So for me, I have this mountain background I found on Google Images. You can just, so you're just going to put that there. So you're going to hold down Shift and scroll it out here. Let go. Click. Not as high definition as I would like. Well, you know what? Hang on, let's see. Not as high definition as I would like, but you know, it's the background, it's alright. We don't need to be super crisp. We can go back here. We're going to drag down this thing that says blue. And we're going to leave it right there like that. And we're going to give it an opacity of 40%. Give it a nice kind of layering of images. And what was the other one I wanted to try? Yeah, that is from Terra MMO. I think it's fan art. That's not actual clip. Yeah, you may disagree with me. I'm gonna go with this as our background, with the blue overlaying it and giving it a nice sort of layered look. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go down here. I think that's it for now, because what we want to do next is find where is this? I think it's desktop. Here we go, right here. This is a cut I made from Pokemon Showdown. Really? Okay, so it's here, it's just the picture is beneath everything, which it just makes so much sense. But I think we're gonna have about a battle screen of about this big. So hold down Shift and you pull it out, that way it retains the same dimensions, you know. That way you're not just dragging it all willy-nilly and distorting it. So we're going to pull that up here to this size. Boom, you can see it. You know what? I've done everything wrong. Okay, and after we put our picture in here, what we want to do is we want to go to the rectangle tool, right down here. Rectangle tool. We're going to click on that. We're going to zoom in really far so we can see these individual pixels. I like being very close to what I want. We're gonna go one square out from the original screen, and this is so that we can get a nice outline after we get rid of everything. You'll see what I'm talking about in a bit. But we're just gonna wait for this to get all the way down. It's taking a while, but you know what? It's worth it, because you'll know exactly where it is and it won't keep you up at night wondering, did I do it right? Did I? We're gonna get over here. We're gonna stop. We're gonna do it one pixel out from everything. We're gonna zoom back out. And boom, that's gonna be our game screen. So we can get rid of the picture. We can get rid of that. Okay, so now that we have our rectangle set in the screen, the next thing we wanna do is we wanna go to blending options. We wanna give it a nice stroke. 100% opacity. We're going to make that color white, though. What we're also going to do is we're going to do the blend mode of soft light. So what that does is it makes everything inside the stroke a little bit lighter than everything else, which is nice. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to change that from 10 pixels to about 7. Make it a little smaller, but still just enough that like people can see it. Well, I mean, people can see less, but I mean, 7 is a nice number to go with for that. And you know what I'm thinking? If we could darken everything else just a bit more, that'd be pretty nice. But we'll think about that later. Our next step is with the rectangle marquee tool. We're going to zoom in to ridiculous standards. Go up here to the top left corner. Zoom in a bit more. And we're going to do one rectangle, or one pixel inside the rectangle. I'm saying rectangle a lot. Just a lot of repetition in my videos. Moving. And we're going to end this one pixel inside. We're going to zoom all the way back out. And we have that perfectly set up. So next we're going to go right here to the eraser. We're going to erase this rectangle. Now you see how when we erase it, it adds the outline to the inside? If we didn't do it one pixel in, the outline on the outside would also disappear because we'd just be erasing everything for the outline. So that's the main reason we have that pixel on the inside. So we do that, and boom. Then we go over here. We're going to click on the Showdown background. We're going to rasterize that too, and just get rid of it. Voila. We're just going to get rid of this mountain background. We don't really need it. Alright, fine. We'll just erase it all. We're erasing everything because we couldn't get rid of it on its own. And lastly, blue. So that this way, when it comes in, it's not going to be darkened and it's not going to have these blue lines over the footage. There we go. And that is our game screen. So we go back to the rectangle marquee tool, we right click and deselect. Next thing is the face cam. Now for this style, it's going to be a tall face cam or just a really tiny square. But we also have a picture for that. Where is it? Here we go, face cam. Yep. Ignore me, I am horribly unphotogenic. And boom! Face cam could be right there. Actually, I want it to be a little bit lower. I want it to be in line, not with the stroke, but with the actual box. So next thing we would do is we would go with our rectangle tool over the face cam. So you know where that means. We're zooming in again. I'll zoom in a bit more. And after a while, you'll eventually get the hang of knowing where to click to get this like you want it. So then we're just going to get rid of face cam. We don't need it anymore. We have our rectangle. We're going to go back to the rectangle marquee tool, and we're just going to start down here this time. One pixel inside, like always. And then we'll just zoom back out. Go down to our eraser tool. Let's erase rectangle 2. That's gone. Let's erase the blue. And let's erase Showdown background and mountain background. And that is our face cam right there. Go back to rectangle marquee, right click, deselect. And now here's the really easy part. You just copy layer style by right clicking on rectangle 1. Right click rectangle 2, paste layer style. Now it has the exact same features as your main webcam. And boom! So now the next little bit is just adding in personal details that you like. I know that I am going to have 12 boxes down here because I'm doing this for Pokemon Showdown. So it's going to be my 6 right here versus the 6 right here. And maybe right here we'll have a Pokemon Showdown logo. And then blah blah. But the best way to do the squares, it's going to take some time, but you know what? It's worth it because at the end of it, it will look great. So just excuse me one moment. Okay, so as you can see, I have brought in 12 members of my team from the UBL United Battling League. I have one. The only member not here is Dux Noir, but we have my Mega, my 3 OUs, 2 of my UUs, my 1 OU on the other team, 3 RUs, and 2 of my NUPU picks, and as the 2 separate teams for this layout build. Now, our next step is to find out the dimensions of the box, multiply it by 12, and get them all set up in the proper locations. Now, the easiest way to do this is we're just going to zoom in, not a huge amount, but we're going to zoom in down here. We're going to use our rectangle tool, and we're just going to guesstimate, because you know what? We can. But I will go up here. So I kind of want it to be in line with that. So we'll start there, spread it out, and boom. We could go 90 by 90. That seems nice. Yeah, let's go 90 by 90. Nice square. Alright, so we're going to have that right there. And then all you got to do is just drag that to the very top. We're going to double click it so that we can rename it Pokemon 1, just so you want to label your boxes. Then you want to duplicate layer, not Pokemon 1 copy, Pokemon 2. And then hold down Shift and just click the right button a couple times. And boom. That's going to be over Volcanion. Another way you could do it is you could have it just with that little bit of space, or you could do a little bit more space. So you just gotta you can determine the spacing on your own afterwards. So, but it's very simple. So you just keep on doing this. It's tedious, but like I said, at the end of it, your layout will look amazing. Man. So we're just going to skip ahead and I'll show you what the finished product looks like at the end of this. Alright, so we finished and our 12th box is over halfway off the picture. So let's zoom out, let's see what we can do to remedy this. We could definitely have just less spacing. So let's see what that looks like. Let's go over to Pokemon Box 2 and let's just move everything over. So that they're one click away from each other. Just move that over by 2, 3, 4 clicks, 5 clicks, 6 clicks, and 7 clicks, and boom! So our boxes are now in the right spots. At least dimension-wise, they're all within the same place. So this works. We could have our boxes be like this, if that's what we wanted to do, and I think that is what we are going to do. So the next thing to do is to just click all of them and paste layer style so that they're the same as that. And you can see where they overlap. That's fine. What you could do if you want is you can go in there and you can just make the stroke smaller. I don't mind the overlapping, I think it's fine. So our next bit that we're going to do is we're going to get these Pokemon inside the boxes. We're going to show you how that looks. So we'll do that. We'll do an in-depth one for Mega Pidgeot, and then I'll come back to you after I get all the rest of them done. But for Mega Pidgeot, what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in here. Like I said, you got to be accurate with this. We're going to go down to the rectangle marquee tool. Click on that 1 pixel inside the square. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Man, can't believe I messed that up. Alright, so we got that. We're going to zoom back out. One more. There we go. We're going to go over here to this eraser tool. We're going to rasterize. Why do we need to rasterize Doug Trio? No, we need Pokemon Box 1. We're going to rasterize that image, and we're going to erase the whole thing. There we go. Then we're going to go in here, and we're going to get rid of blue. And we're going to get rid of the Showdown background. No, wait, we're going to get rid of the mountain background. Alright, we're good on that front. Next thing we need to do is we need to deselect this box. We're good on that. What we need to do is we need to get rid of, outside of this black line, the pictures of Mega Pidgeot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in again, just to be accurate. Alright. Zoom back out. We're fine on that front. Get back in here with this, and we're going to go after Mega Pidgeot. There we go. This just makes it look like it's inside the box. The box is a frame, not just a box. It just makes it look a lot nicer, I think, in my opinion. And then we're going to go back over to this side of the box. We're going to zoom in again. We're going to zoom down like this. Get all the way out there just in case there's some part of it we can't see under the next box. Go back here to the eraser tool and just get rid of that. Click back on the Marquee tool, right click, deselect, and then we'll back out. And that's what it's going to look like in the bottom left corner. You see Mega Pidgeot. It looks... Wait, there's that bit at the bottom we can get rid of. See? That's why you look over things twice. No. One pixel in. There we go. Back down here to the eraser tool. Click on it. Go back out here. Marquee, right click, deselect, and zoom back out. And that is what the Mega Pidgeot will look like in that bottom corner. And I'll be back after I finish the rest of these, and you'll get to see what the battle boxes will look like when we're done. Okay, and we are back. We got the 12 boxes done. Boom! Check it out. Looks nice. I think it looks great. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to just zoom in on this middle part down here. And we're going to get a versus thing in. So we're going to go to this, the time style, the timey thingy. And we're going to have this not be 250, but let's start with 40. Not 25, 40, but just 40. We're going to go down here and we're going to do a capital V. And then we're just going to move that into position. So then we're going to do a capital S. Just S, not SW. And we'll move it on down. So we'll just readjust these so that the V and the S are close to each other. Just enough so you can tell it's a versus. And we're gonna augment that. We're gonna change that. We're gonna go into the blending options. We're gonna give it another stroke, but we're not gonna do size 10. We're gonna do like a 2 pixels, 100% opacity, another white. We're gonna change the letter color. We're gonna do a color overlay and make it a dark red or black. No, let's just go black with an outer glow. Let's see, opacity. Playing around with it, trying to find out what I like. I think we're gonna go with that. I don't know, let's see what that looks like from far away. Yeah, it looks really nice. What we're gonna do is we're gonna copy that layer style. We can click on it and just paste that onto the S. Boom. And then you get that down there. Now, some other things you can do is with this final little rectangle right here. I think I'm under my webcam, under my face cam. I'm going to throw in my Twitter. So let's go back over here to this file. I'm going to go back to desktop. This UBL Pokemon Twitter logo. There we go. Just make that nice and small. That's not what I meant to drag. I'd like to move this. Thank you. And then we're going to drop a rectangle behind it. And we're going to make that rectangle. Wait, no. Rectangle, how do I change your color? Here we go, fill. I'm doing new things. There we go. We're gonna make it white. That's fine. And then we would just what are you? Get rid of that. Delete layer. Yeah, delete it. I don't need it. Okay, forgetting that. And we're gonna do. We're just gonna add in right after that. This a little smaller. We're gonna go 25 the 13th Scorch. So we need to make it just a little smaller or just a different font. I don't think I want to go God of War for that. We'll go with my favorite to write with, just a simple Times New Roman. Boom. Go into these blending options. The stroke of white. The color overlay of black. Actually, yeah, we could just copy it with down there. So we could just paste a layer style on that. Boom. The 13th Scorch. And then if you wanted to just throw in something here, like a question of the day, something special to set it apart from anything else, feel free to. I think the last thing I wanted to do on this specifically was throw in a Suicune somewhere. So the last thing I want to do is I just wanted to add a Suicune here, somewhere on here. So we're just going to shrink this down a tiny tad bit. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold down the shift, click that, shrink this Suicune down. Put it there maybe, make it a bit bigger. Put it all the way down here beneath the blue. Boom. and also give it a 60% opacity, so you can sort of just see it there. I don't know, I kind of like that. And the last thing you need to do is just go around and just get rid of the Suicune where it isn't supposed to be, if you want to do that. Which, you know what, I kind of do. So, Absurd zooming in again. Going up and out. Out, I think, far enough. Zoom out. That should be good, right? Yeah, we're good with that amount. Rasterize it. Yes. There we go. Boom. Deselect. And then just down here, you can just zoom in. Go. Zoom out, and we're going to erase the Suicune from behind our Mons. And boom, I think for now that's about what I wanted. This would be, for me, this is my layout, I think. I think it should be a lot of fun to do battles with this. We'll probably find something more to add over here by the Suicune, maybe in the upper corner. Maybe a win-loss ratio, or I don't know, something. Maybe give me some ideas in the comment section. If you're still here, thank you for watching this. I hope you found this enlightening and helpful, and I hope that it helps you out. But I'll be back with maybe another tutorial on maybe thumbnails or something else, but it's basically the same thing. It's just putting images on top of each other, opacity, layering, blending, whatever. Just have fun with it, experiment. But I had fun setting this up in front of you all. This bit down here at the bottom was tedious. You saw the sped up version with music. It took me like, what, 30 minutes, maybe? Just because I love being so precise. But I'm going to get out of here, and I will see you all next time. We're going to be starting up some Pokemon Showdown. Aside from the UBL, we're going to be starting up some Pokemon Showdown content on the channel, battling subscribers and just random people on the internet. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all later. This is XIIIth Scorch, signing off.